Good day everyone, we are the reporters of Unit 3, entitled Accident and Injury Reporting. By the way, I'm Dave Chris Giberis with co-reporter Janlid Buhian. All incidents include near misses must be reported immediately, even if it does not result in injury or damage. In the event of injury, must be obtained first aid treatment to ensure that injury does not worsen. So, near misses are symptoms of underlying safety concern. Near misses reporting can help the company to proactive when it comes to identifying negative trends and safeguarding employees. This, in turn, can help reduce workplace accident overall and increase company's safety culture. Accident means an unfortunate incident that helps unexpected and unintentionally, typically resulting in damage or injury. Workplace accidents are unplanned and uncontrolled events that cause physical harm to workers on the job. Common workplace accidents can include falls, slip, trips, and repetitive motion injury. Accident is dili siya tinuyuan pero nahitabo siya o nakaresulta siya damage or injury. Masamad siya. Example ani is kanang madigyas ka, mahulog, ay nana. Hazard reporting. If you identify a hazard, report it to the client. If it is within your authority to do so, implement a control to eliminate the risk of the hazard. It is the responsibility of the client to take necessary action to control the risk of the hazard. Means you should report any actual and potential health and safety hazard immediately to the supervisor. You don't need to wait to inspection team to come by or doon mo. In fact, unhealthy and safety regulation requires workers to report hazard to the supervisor. Hazards in the workplace can result in deaths, injuries, property damage, damage to environment, lost productivity, and lost employee time. Need a productivity approach to hazard and accidents. First is plan to identify hazards. 2. Do what you can to prevent accidents. Proactive risk management means that you identify risks before they happen and figure out ways to avoid or reduce the risk. It seeks to reduce the hazard risk potential or even better, prevent the threat altogether. There are 5 types of workplace hazard. First is chemical hazard, 2. Physical hazard, 3. Biological hazard, 4. Ergonomic hazard, and 5. Psychosocial hazard. Chemical hazard is any substance that can cause an health problem when ingested or inhaled. Best example is gases, vapors, liquids, and aerosols. Due to their property, chemical hazardous substance is being toxic, implosive, flammable, and self-reactive. Physical hazard is an agent, or factor, or circumstance that can cause harm with contact. Best example is noise, temperature, radiation, vibration, injure air quality, and illumination or lightning. Biological hazard. Biological substance that possess a threat to the health of living organism, primarily humans. Best example is bacteria, viruses, blood-borne pathogen, fungus and molds, and parasites. Ergonomic hazards are physical conditions that pose a risk of injury to the musculoskeletal system. There are 3 ergonomic hazards. First is physical ergonomics, 2. Cognitive ergonomics, and 3. Organizational ergonomics. Ergonomic risk factors are workplace situations that cause wear and tear on the body and can cause injury. This includes repetition, awkward posture, forceful motion, stationary position, direct pressure, vibration, extreme temperature, noise, and work stress. Psychosocial hazard is any hazard that affects mental well-being and mental health of the worker by overwhelming individual coping mechanism and impacting the worker's ability to work in a healthy and safe manner. Examples of psychosocial hazard are workplace bullying, aggression, harassment, sexual harassment, gender violence, discrimination, or other unreasonable behavior by colleagues, supervisor, or the clients. Rehabilitation. It is a company policy that take all responsibility steps to help the rehabilitation if you suffer an injury at work. The primary focus of rehabilitation is to enable to return to normal life as soon as rehabilitation kay naa siya ang company mohatag sa imuha og reasonable pa ng step para maka tabang sa imuha kay tungod na injury ka sa trabaho. There are emergency procedure. First procedure is keep calm, think clearly, and act quickly. So pasabot na di dapat maratol, di dapat muna una ka ang say angay buhaton dayon dapat una malihok-lihok dayon. Next procedures is protection of the life is the first consideration in an emergency. Property protection is secondary. So dapat una gyud ang kinabuhi sa usa ka tawo ay ang mga butang or ang mga kwartang ipangtaguan mo dira. Learn the emergency telephone number if the client has one. So dapat na kay ilahang mga number, emergency number. Fire safety and fire extinguisher use. There are fire classes. Class A is ordinary combustibles, which is wood, paper, clothes, trash, and other ordinary material. Class B is flammable liquids, which is gasolines, paints, oils, grease, and other flammable liquids. In Type C or Class C is electrical equipments, which is wiring and fuse box. And Class D is combustible metals, which is combustible metals and metals alloys. In Type K, a combustible cooking, which is cooking media, vegetables, or other oils, animal oils and fats. Different kinds of extinguisher. The four most common fire extinguisher are all-purpose water, carbon dioxide, multi-purpose dry chemical, and dry powder. Each kind of extinguisher has specific use. All-purpose water fire extinguisher have red label and a Class A rating. Carbon dioxide extinguisher are filled with non-flammable carbon dioxide gases under extreme pressure. Multi-purpose dry chemical or ABC fire extinguisher contains special fluidized and siliconized monoaluminum phosphate chemical. Dry powder extinguisher. Dry powder extinguisher smother fire by forming a barrier between the fuel and source of oxygen. How to use fire extinguisher? To use fire extinguisher using PASS method. What is PASS stands for? P stands for pull the pin at the top to break the temper cell. A stands for aim the extinguisher low, pointing the nozzle at the base of the fire. Do not aim at the flame themselves. S stands to squeeze the handle to release extinguishing agent. And S sweep the extinguisher from side to side, continuing to aim the base of the fire until appear to be out. Never fight a fire if any of these following apply. First is do not have proper extinguisher or equipment. So wala kay proper nga extinguisher or equipment sa ana nga sunog, ay na lang pagtutuga. Fire has spread beyond its point of origin. So kung dako na siya nga sunog, ay na lang yung pagtutuga kay posibleng ikaw pang madamay. Next is extinct, tell you to get out. So naamta extinct, no? Kung delikado na gyud, hawa na gyud.
Good day everyone. Once again, I am Jadloyd Humalon Buhian, the next reporter or the co-reporter of Mr. Dave Chris Vergis. So this is my topic in Unit 3, Emergency Procedures until to the end. So, emergency procedures. In the event of fire, these are the procedures: pull nearest alarm station and immediately exit the building. Yes, manana gid itong buhaton, no? Kung nata sa workplace nga adunay mga uncertain na mga paghitabo, di ba? Madto gid sa dali kita nga madto sa exit building, di ba? So, if you hear an alarm, do not assume it is a drill. Yes, your life may depend on it. Building evacuation: proceed to nearest exit in an orderly fashion. Assemble at least 100 feet from the building and provide emergency crews with information about people still in the building. Yes, yung na. Provide kag mga emergency crews with information nga kung na pa bay mga tao nga nabilin dito sa building. Another one, never re-enter a building until instructed by the police department, fire department, or EHS staff or emergency health safety. No? Kung na nga dili gid balik po dito sa building kung dili pa wala pa gi-instruct sa atong police department or fire department. So workplace amenities. What is workplace amenities? Amenities are facilities essential, yes, essential for the welfare or personal hygiene needs of employees. They have prevent spread of germs and disease, prevent ill health from exposure to contamination, and meet the basic human needs of employees. So sa workplace no need gid ning amenities sa workplace tungod kay sila ang nagprevent sa spread of germs and disease nga no. So workplace amenities include toilets, shelter sheds, seating, dining rooms, change rooms, drinking water, personal storage, and washing the facilities. So muna no ilan ng mga sila na mo ilan ng part, ilan ng trabaho. So the client must provide adequate facilities and they must be keep clean, secure, and maintained in a good working order. Una na ang trabaho sa workplace amenities, mga amenities, no? Kinahanglan gyud nga adequate gyud ang facilities nga atong makuha ng sa workplace amenities. So the facilities that the client needs to provide depends on the industry you are working in. If you have any concerns with the facilities at the client's workplace, report it to your consultant and supervisor. Ngunana, kung na kayo mga concerns sa inyong workplace, report sa inyong consultant or supervisor. So now, look at the two pictures attached. We have here the figure 1 working station 1 and figure 2 working station 2. So sa inyo para sa inyo what asa man diha ang ideal workplace? Yes, syempre ato ang pilyon ang figure 2 working station 2. Kaya nga naman hanay ang mao nga workplace station. Dili para sa niyang figure 1 nga grabe daghan kay gubot, which is kung para sa kwa lang maka-stress gid pud siya, maka-stress siya sa tuwa kung inguna na ato ang workplace hugaw. Dapat hanay ba limpyo, no? So let's proceed to 5S. So what is 5S? The 5S are Japanese words that start with letter S. But in the Philippines, some thought of 5 English words that all begin with letter S, which is equivalent to these Japanese words. It is therefore necessary to remember the Japanese 5S. What is important aside from retaining this into our minds is to make it part of our daily habit. So muna no, ginagamit gyapon nato ning Japanese words aron ma-retain nato ba sa ato ang tong mga una sa ato ang utok nga part gid po siya sa ato ang daily habit. So these are the tables. These tables for 5S. We have here the Japanese, English, and a brief explanation. So in Japanese, we have sarwe or sabay sa ni pag-pronounce, kumana pagsabot sherry or and saiton, saisu, seketsu, and shitsuk or shitsuki. Saba. And in English terms, sari means sort, seiton means systematize, sisu means sweep, seketsu sanitize, and shitsuk self-discipline. So brief explanation this aning 5S. So in sari, take out unnecessary items and dispose. Ano siya? Sort. Seiton, arrange necessary items in good order for use. Mana systematize. Seisu, sweep, clean your workshop. Seketsu, sanitize, maintain high standard of housekeeping. Setsuk, do things spontaneously without being told or ordered. Self-discipline. So 5S is not simply a list of action items. It is an integrated concept of action, condition, and culture. The nature and implication of each S needs to be understood as follows. So, first, sari or sort is an action to identify and eliminate all unnecessary items from your workplace. Example, sa workplace. So, pangitawon gyud nato diha ang mga unnecessary kanang mga dili na magamit bitaw sa workplace. Example, mga files diha nga kuan dili na magamit. Ato ginang pangitawon and sort, i-dispose na to siya, no? So, seiton, systematize, is an action to put every necessary items in good order. Yes, importante good ni. Example na pod nato sa mga files, di ba? Mga papeles di sa to ang lamisa. Example sa lamisa sa atong workplace. Excuse me. Ihanay gyud nato nang atong mga papel, no? Kaya ron puhon-puhon og mangita ta ng mga papila. Dali ra nato makita kay naka-order naman siya, di ba? So in sisu, number 3, sweep is an action to clean your workplace thoroughly. Una na daw kay para sa kuwapod nindot gyud pod nga ato ang workplace, limpyo siya tungod kay iwas po na siya sa stress, makatabang po na siya aron dili ka ma-stress. Kung daghan kag trabahoon, okay ra kay limpyo imong workplace, di ba? Seketsu or sanitize is a condition where high standard of good housekeeping is maintained so that there is no dust and rust anywhere. Diba? Maskin dust and rust, kailangan ginato ng limpyo ginang atong workplace. Mga abog-abog diya, yung nana, no? Ato ginang limpyo atong workplace. Setsuk or self-discipline is a condition where all members practice accordingly and it is a culture. Yes. Bisan pagang sa mga gagmay lang ng mga workplace, no? After gyud sa trabaho, 5 PM or ting panguli na, dapat yun nagi manghinlo. Hinluan gyud nato na ang kwan. Na culture na gyud na siya nga after sa work sa trabaho, limpyuhan gyud ang workplace daan aron pagbalik na pud pagkaugma, limpyo na ang inyo ang workplace. No need na mo maglimpyo kay nanay mga customer, di ba? So, this one, how to practice 5S. first, we have seri or sort. Means take out unnecessary items and dispose. So we have here step 1, look around your workplace. Discover and identify items which are unnecessary to your work. Then dispose all unnecessary items. Never keep anything which is unnecessary to your work. Yes, yung ana. So sa toang workplace, pangitahon gid nato tong mga dili na nato magamit sa toang workplace, sa toang workshop na dili na kayo na magamit tungod kay aron pod malisin na ang kagubot bitaw kay dili na siya magamit, so i-dispose na nato siya. Step 2, if you cannot decide whether an item is necessary or not, put disposal notice with the data on the item and set item aside. Yung nana, para pinasa ay og dili pa nimo ma-identify nga necessary pa ba siya, magamit pa ba siya or dili na. And there is step 3, after a period, say 2 months, check if someone has the item or not. If no one needed the item, that means the item is not needed for your work. Muna na. So mag-set kag mga 2 months siguro o wala gyud magkinahanglan na ng item, unnecessary na siya, dili na siya kinahanglan. So pwede na nato na siya i-dispose. Note, disposal can be done in either of the following ways. So naday siya pamaagi sa pagdisposal sa itong mga items nga unnecessary. So first is sell it to outside of the workplace. Ibaligya outside sa gawas na sa atong workplace. Then second, move to other department or section like ingon na adto sa atong laing department kung needed pa ba na nga item dito sa ilaha. Kung dili na, pwede na ito siya i-dispose muna, sabon na siya kapamagi. Third, throw it away. Dispose as garbage. Yes. Fourth, in disposing the belongings, it is better to make people know who has the authority for disposal. Sabon na siya, no? Nga kinahanglan gid mangayo bitaw permission sa toang head or subay nakakasindihan nga adunay authority para sa toang disposal, no? Fifth, it is also better to make people know where to return excessive stock of materials and supplies. Yes. Better gina siya nga dapat nakabaluta nga asa na to i-return ng mga stocks nga dili na magamit kay takabalo magayt pa na sila, no? So and sixth, while looking around for unnecessary items in your workplace, look at even nook pinakasulok nga kuan, like when you are looking for a cockroach, di ba? Mangita tag ok dito sa mga pinakasulok gyud kaya madakpan na to, mapatay na to la sama sa kuha. Hit gyud nako ng mga ok diri pa sa mga grabe daghang ok. It will be a bonus to you if you find some useful items. So ingon na. Next, the second one, Saiton or systematize, means arrange necessary items in good order to use. Step 1, make sure that all unnecessary items are eliminated from your workplace. Step 2, decide with your workmates which things to put when taking into account the flow of your work. The principle is to put most frequently needed in items close to the user so as to minimize the movement of the person. Things which are not so often used should not be placed slightly farther away. Ngana dapat naka-order na gyud nato ang sa tong workplace aron hanay ba din dili na ta dipuy nagpangita sa toang mga items nga tong ikinahanglan kay naka-order naman siya kabalo na ta sa dapitan na butang. Step 3, it is necessary to make sure that everyone at your workplace knows what is kept for efficient use. Ngunana. So sa atong pag-order sa toang workplace, sa toang mga items diha, dapat pod kabalo ang uban, no? Nga atong mga kauban example natay mga kauban kabalo siya karon makabalo pud siya asa pangitaon, no? Make a list of things with location and put it in a locker or cabinet. Yes, label each drawer cabinet to show what is kept inside. Yes, inguna na kung natay mga locker or drawer, inguna na panganlan gyud nato na unsay nakabutang diha, unsay naka arrange diha, unsay naka-order diha ana. Inguna na, no? Note, natay note diri, the object of Cyton Systematize is to make your workplace a safe and efficient place to work in. The third one, seisu or sweep, means clean your workplace. There is a very strong correlational between quality of products and cleanliness of the workplace where products are manufactured. Accordingly, seisu or sweep should be practiced every day and sometimes even during the day. The following are suggested for you seisu sweep operation. So, do not wait until things get dirty. Nguna na, no? Dapat bang ipakita na to nga limpyado ta, sorry kay no nga gipaningot ko tungod kay diri sa ko ang ipustuhan karon is igang. So, sorry for that. Nguna na, do not dili na to pagdon nga to ang mga butang diha is mga mahugaw na. Clean your workplace including machines, equipment, tools, and furniture regularly so that they do not have chance to get dirty. Yes. Even after nasa trabaho. Example la kanang mga nagtukod og balay. Ako naka-try man ko nga nahimo kong labor. After good sa trabaho, example ang oras nga ting trabaho 8 AM to 5 PM. After abot sa 5 PM man nagtrabaho, panghinluan gyud ng mga gamit, equipment nga sa mga trabaho kay ron limpyo pud, no? Then next one, put things inside for 3 minutes every day. Yes, you and your workmates should be responsible for the dirty works around you. The janitors or sweepers will look after the common areas only. Nguna na natay mga assign nga mga janitors or nguna na kung dito ta sa mga office na may nguna na nga na janitors, sweepers nguna. Bisig sa eskwelahan, di ba? Mga estudyante, after sa klase, ting panguli, manglimpyo gidaan. Kaya ron limpyo bud ang atong room. Kaya ta makagawa sa atong room, no? Never throw anything and make it your habit. Yes. Make it your habit nga limpyo kag trabaho kanunay sa imong trabaho nga bisag trash na nga mga mga papiles labay gyud na sa tong basurahan gyud dili kay patakarat ag butang. O tay klaroan nga pagkatrabahante. So cleaning is also checking. I-check yun na to nga limpyo na ba gyud ato ang workplace before ta mo leave, no? The next one, fourth, is seketsu or sanitize, means maintain high standard of housekeeping so as not to waste your effort. Do not stop after implementing initial 3 S. Yes, no? I-implement gito nimo ang sort, ang disposal, third ang katosla. The following are suggested for your seketsu sanitize operation. Create a maintenance system for housekeeping. Make a schedule of cleaning for your workplace. And interdepartmental competition is a very effective means of sustaining and enhancing people's interest on 5S. Yes. Aron pod no nga mo-sustain gid nato nga example no maintain high standard of housekeeping. Kinahanglan gyud nga nagitay standard sa atong pagpanghinlo. Dapat sa maragot tong ganiha nga bisag sa pinakasulok gyud. Ang tawag gyud as if nga marakag nangitag cockroach ba, no? Nga limpyuhan gyud nato mga pinakasulok gyud karon nindot pud ato ang workplace, no? Note, indicate the names of the persons responsible for the work area and for the machine. O inguna ni natay mga schedule or sa ba mga assigned person nga ihani nga part siya mo hinlo diri ana ba sa ganiha pras ganiha order siya ba naka-order ikaw ang naka-assign ani siya pod diri ana namoy mga kan ba part sa after leaving your workplace, no? Second one, regular inspection and evaluation on the level of 4S by each work and necessary. Third one, do not criticize poor cases but also praise and commend good practices or good performances. Yes, muna na aron pod madasig ang ato ang kauban sa akong pagsabot no sa number 3 aron pod madasig ang ato ang kauban workmates nga manghinlo ato pod silang i-praise may ka trabaho no kay hinlo kay perminting ngunana sada kay mohang inyong workplace kay sakto kay hanay kayo ingana na madasig sila so para po niya na tungod po lang siyang pagdasig ganahan po sila nga i-maintain nila ang ilang workplace nga limpyo. So mo na ang fourth. The fifth one, the last one, shitsuk or self-discipline means do things spontaneously without being told or ordered. Ngunana, no? Excuse me. Ngunana, it is to make everyone practice 4S's spontaneously and willingly as a habit or way of life. Mahimo na to siya nga habit. There is no other way to foster such culture than practicing 4S's regularly until such time when everyone becomes fond of 5S's. To help such corporate culture conducive to 5S's, the following need to be emphasized. First, treat your workplace as your own home. Ngunana, kay di ba kung i-treat ito ang ato ang workplace as a home, di ba sa ato ang balay manghinlo gyud ta. Lain kayo hugaw ang balay. Muratag diganan mo puyo sa balay, no? Ngunana, i-treat ito ang atong workplace nga home kay aron pod limpyo pod limpyuhan pud nato. Ngunana ra gud. Second one, you are spending most of your waking time at your workplace than at home. Yes, di ba? Sa workplace mas dako tag oras. Panahon kita manarbaho na ta mas dako tag oras sa tong workplace kaysa sa tong balay. Kay sa workplace we have 8 hours nga manarbaho dia 8 AM to 5 PM. Mo gyud na ang regular gyud nga mga oras, no? Then muli tag sa balay matulog pagkaugma trabaho na po, inguna na, no? Your workplace is an important place where to make income for yourself. Yes, klaro kayo. And your family na munay nag-provide sa inyong needs in your workplace kay diya ka naka-income. Make your workplace as clean and comfortable as your home. Inguna na, aron po, makatabang mo na pagpa-release ang mga stress ba kung ma-stress itong trabaho. Kung limpyo siya, dili na kita ma-stress malesen, no? Note, in enhancing shitsuk or the self-discipline of workers in a workplace, the rules of management are very important. People with managerial duties should be worthy of respect and emulation. Muna ato ang take note na atong una-una, no? So next, we have here first aid. So, qualified first aid people are available at most workplaces. In the event of an accident, make sure that the first aider is notified as quickly as possible. Yes, ang first aid, importante gini siya sa ato ang workplace. Kaya what na kabalo, namagi mga possibilities sa atong workplace. Nga na may tabang nga dilimayo sa atong mga kauban or kinsa bana diha, kinahanglan gid nga nagay kabalo sa ato ang mga first aid nga dapat nitong buhaton. So kung naay manginguna nga may tabo, need gyud nato nga mapahibalo gyud nato ditso ang ato ang first aider nga dali ra gyud nato makuan ba, no? Dere it is important that you learn who your first aiders are and where they can be contacted, no? Kabalo gid ta aron dali na to sila makontak, kabalo gid ta na, no? Report all injuries to your first aider immediately. Gibatan dia immediately. Dali yun. Do not treat yourself. This is important to ensure that necessary treatment can be administered prior to your leaving the site. Do not interfere with first aid boxes or supplies. Yes, di ka maghilabot diha. Kung dili ka first aider, di ka magpataka sa mga first aid boxes or supplies. However, get to know where the nearest first aid box is located for use in an emergency. So, proceed ta. First aid administration. Universal first aid procedures. Assess the scene. It is not safe or at any time becomes unsafe, get out. Observe universal precautions. Use personal protective equipment. Yes. Sa first aid, kinahanglan gyud nato ang PPE or personal protective equipment. If victim is awake and talking, identify yourself. Ask if it is okay to help. Ngunana, kung okay siya, dili kayo ingon grabe ang nitabo siya ha. Kung istorya siya, pukutan na kung hangyo or istoryahi nga pwede ba matabang or no. Mutabang ka mananghid ka ba? Kung kabalo ka sa buhaton. Kay mas kabalo man gid ang first aider. If victim appears weak, seriously ill or injured, or is unresponsive, alert, call for help, or active your emergency action plan. Yes, ngunana tawag dito sa kaidetso sa ato ang first aider kabalo ka sa pagkontak, no? Airway, open airway. If unresponsive, tilt head, lift chin. Tilt head, so ngunana, no? Left chin. Breathing, check breathing. So, pag-check ang breathing, look, listen, and feel for at least 5 seconds but no more than 10. Unresponsive, not breathing, perform CPR. So, kinahanglan, no? Kinahanglan gyud no sa kung ikaw nagtrabaho ka, di magid balikan nga mga uncertain nga mga panghitabo, no? Like nguna na emergency, need gid ka kabalo gid ka og CPR. Para nguna na kung dili na unresponsive na ang kuan biktima, mag-perform ka CPR. So man pag-perform kung di ka kabalo, di ba? So unresponsive breathing normally, place in recovery position. If injured, use Haynes position or high arm in endangered spine. No. C. Circulation. Look for a controlled severe bleeding with direct pressure. Monitor tissue color and temperature. Help maintain normal body temperature. If it is available and you are properly trained, give emergency oxygen. So yung na ang buhaton sa mga first aider. Sa mga example, ikaw kung na kay mga kauban diya nga aksidente nga emergency, mo na yung mga dapat yung buhaton. Check og breathing, yung na circulation. Proceed ta. Provide first aid treatment. Suspected spinal injury, place your hands on both sides of victim's head and stabilize it. So dari no muna saba. Sorry. Suspected limb injury, place your hands above and below the injury to stabilize it. No. Muna so kung kasabot mo, salamat sa Ginoo. Consider performing physical assessment. So muna yung mga dapat atong buhaton kung mag-suspect tag spinal injury or limb injury. Muna first aid kit. So first aid kit is an assortment of supplies and equipment used to give medical treatment. They are often kept at home, in vehicles, and in the workplace. So ang first aid kit nanalya ang mga equipment nga magamit nato kung katagtag treatment sa usa ka person nga na-aksidente, no? Tinguna na, sa first aid kit nagyud diyang mga equipment or materials nga need na to sa usa ka tao nga na-aksidente nga. Labi ang mga importante nga magamit, no? So proceed ta, makita na diri ang mga materials nga dapat nasa sa nabutang ni sa first aid kit. There's no mandatory list of items to have in a first aid kit. Wala, no. While the contents can vary depending on specific use or needs, the following list shows the basic items it should include, no? Nadiha ang plasters, small plasters in a range of shapes and sizes, including waterproof ones. Nadiha ang mga plasters, small, medium, and large section of sterile gauze. Di na ko familiar ang ni nga material. Creams, sprays for skin rash, insect bites. Naday cream, di na ko siya familiar. Eye wash kana amo nay so na may link nga akong gi-attach dia sa ato ang PPT, guys. Kanang color red, i-click lang ninyo na or browse sa internet na diyan to makita ang mga items or mga materials nga something needs siya sa ato ang first aid kit. So guys, walang to ako ang report, ako ang part sa unit 3. So once again, I am John Lloyd Humalon Buyan, signing off. Bye bye.